What's up, YouTube? So I'm back again. I got a new bike, the Talaria xXx. I traded my upgraded 72-volt surron for this, plus cash, obviously. But this is what I'm rocking now. This is my VMX12. So just wanted to do a first impressions video and do some spec overview. So I've had this for a few days now. I've put on probably 20-30 miles on it, and it is fun as shit, like really fun. If the surron is like a big electric mountain bike, this is like a big electric BMX or something like that. It's smaller, it's more nimble, it's just funner. It's funner than the surron. It's definitely stock. Doesn't have the power, obviously, of my upgraded surron, but it does have more power than the stock surron. So stock is 6,000 watts. This is 6,500. This has an IPM motor, and like similar to the KO motors. So when you upgrade these, you can really upgrade the shit out of them. Let's see. This has a 60-volt, 40-amp-hour battery. The stock surron has the highest battery you can get is a 38-amp-hour battery. The battery is in the frame here, and you have to take off this spring in order to get to it. There's a quick release, and the battery slides out. It does come with like a little quick release screw that you can install, but I haven't installed it yet. I'm going to. So it comes with a 420 chain, 48-tooth sprocket, just like the surron. Unlike the other Talarias, which have a gear, primary drive, this has a belt. So similar to the surron, has a belt. So there's pros and cons of each thing, but with the gears, you have to change the oil. With the belt, you have to worry about stripping it. I don't know if this is as much of a pain in the ass to change as the surron. It doesn't really look like it. So, but I don't know. This has hydraulic brakes. Left is rear, right is front. So I think I don't know, they look like dual calipers. Maybe they're 4 calipers, I'm not sure. But they're very similar to what you would get on a surron. I might upgrade these eventually. So it has fully adjustable front and back suspension. These aren't branded, so I don't know what brand they are, but they're okay. I'm a fat guy, so I put this as stiff as I can, and it actually feels pretty good. I'm just doing street riding on this. I'm not going to do any off-road, so there's no reason to have like super good suspension on it. That's what my VMX12 is for. So to turn it on, you need one of these fobs here. So you gotta press this button first here. You put that there, you hear a little sound. The display will come on, it'll say wait. Then you have to press this red button here to put it in gear. Oh, you actually have to have the kickstand up. So now it's ready, sport. There's 2 modes, the sport and eco. You just change this by pressing this button here. And then there's these up and down arrows here, right here. Those change the regen braking levels. And we'll test the regen braking in a second when we go for a ride. So these grips and bars are aftermarket. My buddy, who I traded with, put those on. I like the way they look. I'll keep them there. I put on these pegs here. There'll be a video coming out of me switching those over. They're just like surround pegs. They don't really quit. They fit, but the spring doesn't really fit that great. It comes off easy. So I'm gonna have to find a spacer or something I can put in there to hold that in place. But it's fine. So the wheels are 17-inch front and back. You can buy, I think, from Luna off-road set with 17-inch rear and 19-inch front if you want to do that. The seat, it's pretty hard. It's not the most comfortable seat. There is some aftermarket seats available for it right now, but they're like $300 or $400. So, no thanks. I'll just deal with it. Or you can just get like a seat pad to put it on there. It's got a light with different modes on it. So it's got like this day running headlight mode, and then it's got like the top mode there where you can switch it and do both. I haven't ridden this at night yet, so I don't know how good those lights work, but from what I hear, they're not very good. Most of the lights you get on these bikes are crap, and you gotta buy aftermarket ones, but I'll have to test it out. So let's see. I think I went over everything. So let's just take it for a ride. Let's get some initial top speed and check out how this regen braking feels. I'm gonna go get a bottle of wine from the store. So let's see, we're in sport mode. All right, I had to switch my camera over to super view. And so I'm 5'9" and 265. So I'm a fatty, and I don't have any issues riding this bike whatsoever. I've gotten it up to 50 miles an hour, no problem. It feels really torquey off the line. It does feel faster than the stock surron for sure. And like I said, more nimble. Just like, you can just throw it around. Almost, like I said, there's almost like a little BMX bike or something. Like a big electric BMX with full suspension. So let's test out the regen. So right now I have the regen level set at 1, right? And so how do you would activate it by completely letting go of the throttle, right? So if you just let go a little bit, it's not going to activate the regen unless the throttle's all the way off. But like, let's put it on 2. Yeah, you can feel it a little bit. So let's try 3. Yeah, you can feel it a little bit more. All right, now let's try 4. You know, I can't really tell the difference. It's on regen 4. And it just feels the same as 1. Which is interesting because the other day I was messing with it and level 4 was like too much. It was like almost like a full brake. So I turned it down. And now when I put it on 4, it's not doing anything. It feels just like 1. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because the battery's too charged. So we'll have to wait a little bit till we get this battery down. Because if the battery's too much, it won't regen because it doesn't want to risk, I don't know, lighting the battery on fire or something like that, trying to put too much power into it. So yeah, we have to draw this down a little bit. So we can talk about range. I haven't done a range test yet, but Talaria boys did a really good range test. You can go to their channel and check them out. I'll put a link to their video in my description. And I'll be doing my own. The way they do theirs is they do full throttle pretty much the entire thing to see how far it will go full throttle. And in sport mode, they got, I think, close to 21 miles off of full throttle. And the guy is 185 pounds. I'll be doing my own because I don't like, no, their video is totally cool, very educational. But I also would like to do a real world riding. So like the type of riding I'm doing right now, you know, I want to see what the range is on, you know, real world mixed type riding. Some streets, you know, some like riding around the park, some on the sidewalks, you know, stuff like that. Alright, let's head down to the store. I don't really want to do a top speed right here because there's a lot of bumps and shit in the road. I'll probably end up catching some air and landing on my face. But maybe after this little section right here, try to find somewhere where there's enough room. But I mean, this thing cruises, you know, 45 miles an hour, no problem. So go on the road like this, I gotta slow down because there's a cop approaching. So I don't want to look like I'm exceeding the speed allowable by these kind of bikes. So there was a cop. Let's see, was he paying any attention to me? No, he kept going. Yeah, so off the line, it's really torquey. And then, you know, around 35 miles an hour, the power kind of drops off a bit, but not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so let's hit a top speed really quick. Yeah, 50 miles an hour in sport mode, and then eco mode obviously would be a lot less. I think it's probably somewhere around 28 miles an hour. Brakes feel decent. So I might have already said it, but I'm probably eventually going to get the Chai battery for this. They came out with one with the 72 volt 40 amp hour version. It does 15 kilowatts continuous. So 15 kilowatt on this bike. That's going to be nuts. And then the EMBX X9000 controller is what I'm going to do because they have just plug and play. Everything's pre-tuned for you. And I think it's a waterproof. It just looks nice. It's just better, I think, in my opinion, than like the BAC 4000s. Alright, well, I'm gonna run in here and I'm gonna get some wine. I'll be right back. There's no one I like. I guess I'll get this one then. Alright. Got the line. One thing about this bike is it's lighter than the Surron, noticeably. I think it weighs 124 pounds, which is pretty light. Like, it's just super nimble, you know. You can just throw it around like a little BMX. And then you can do street riding. I mean, also what I like about it is, like, it looks noticeably smaller too than the Surron. If you have them side by side, it looks smaller and it's a lot more narrow. So, in my opinion, it's safer to, you know, ride around bike trails and parks and shit like that in the bike lane than the Surron. I mean, personally, I never had any issues with cops or really anything on the Surron, you know. But I know some people live in, you know, states and cities where maybe they're starting to crack down on them a little bit. But here, definitely not. Haven't. Like, there's a cop that just passed me right there, and he almost certainly took a look at me. So I've passed 2 cops so far, and I haven't really had an issue. But I'm gonna jump off of the sidewalk right here just in case. I'm kind of thinking about getting the Shinko 241s for this though, because I do like to do a little like dual sporty type riding, and it'd be nice if I saw like a new off-road bit to go explore, you know. Oop, that was muddy. And for, you know, stuff like that where you run into mud. You know, I almost want the cops to fuck with me because it's like I don't get a lot of views. Uh-oh. Like, stuff like this is really dangerous. I ate shit big time on my Surron. One time, back when I had like the little 12-inch wheels and with street tires on them, I hit a little bit of mud and I just ate shit hard. So let's go back to the park over here. I think maybe we can try out the regen now. Let's see. Let's turn it up. Oh yeah. Okay, so now the regen's working. So level 1 is basically, you know, just like a coast. You let it off, it doesn't do anything. And then now level 2, you let off, and you can feel it. It's noticeable. Level 3 is pretty strong. You can come to almost a complete stop. You see that? And then level 4, it's almost like braking. You can, yeah, you cut almost to a complete stop, and then it lets off, and it starts coasting. But yeah, you can pretty strong regen braking. And I like how it's like when you let off. Yeah, so it's almost like in an electric car, like a Tesla, where you have the like one pedal driving, because when you let off the gas does regen braking, so you hardly ever have to use your brakes. This isn't as refined as that. It's a little jerky, but actually I'm gonna turn it off because I prefer not having it on. Anyways, yeah, pretty good regen braking. So what do you guys think? Personally, if you were on the fence, you didn't know whether you wanted to get a Surron or this Talaria xXx, I personally would recommend getting this Talaria xXx. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. If you're like tall, like one of the reasons that my friend who I traded with wanted to get rid of this is because of its size, because it was too small for me. It wasn't comfortable on it. I don't know if he's much taller than me, but he is a much more experienced rider. He used to race motocross and stuff like that, so I think he has more of a refined taste than I do. But I think he likes to upgrade Surron a lot. Shout out to Varmint. But yeah, personally I would choose this, the XXX. Now I am planning to upgrade it to 72 volts, 15 kilowatts. I'm not really going to make any other changes. I might put the Shinko 241s on there. More than might. I'm probably going to put those on just so I can do some dual sporty stuff. Okay, so anyways, back to upgrades. So let's see, I already got the bars, the grips, the pegs. I'll do the aftermarket controller, aftermarket battery probably. I'm Pretty happy with the brakes. I'm not sure. The brakes feel fine. Yeah, I mean they're plenty good. So probably won't do anything to the brakes, but definitely I'm probably gonna get aftermarket seat. I'm gonna wait for there to be some more cheaper options to come out. I might just get a pad for this seat that you can just put on for now, for like longer rides. But you know, first impressions, you know, I've ridden it, you know, 20 miles or so. I love it. It's fucking awesome. I'm happy I had some like reservations first because I was pretty drunk when I offered my friend the trade, and I gave him a good. Well, he's a buddy of mine, so I don't care. You know, I don't mind giving people a good deal that I like. So, but yeah, I gave him a good deal on it, and so I was like, fuck. But now that I have it and I'm riding it, no, I'm pretty happy I made that trade. It's cool, and it's gonna be fun souping up and making videos about and stuff like that too. So, yeah, I feel good about the whole thing. And it's kind of cool because I have this as sort of like my street rider, and I have my VMX-12 as my dirt rider. And that VMX-12 is fun. It pulls hard. It's fast. So I'm still kind of taking it easy on it because I'm not really used to it yet. But I went out last night on it and was ripping around off road and stuff like that, and had a good old time. I rode this around first, kind of like the parks, you know, on the bike trails and stuff like that. And I came home, I ate some dinner, and I went back out on the VMX-12 and hit my normal dirt spots, and I had a blast on that thing. It feels way bigger. Going from this onto that feels like a massive difference though, because there's a huge size difference. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the Talaria xXx, let me know. Stay tuned for more videos. Do some upgraded stuff, you know, with the battery controller and stuff like that. I'll definitely be doing videos on that. It's probably going to be a while because it's expensive. I got a new hyper scooter type thing. It looks like a little electric Grom, probably smaller than a Grom, but it's 72 volt, 50 amp hours, 10 kilowatts. That's dual 5 kilowatt motor, so so it's like an all-wheel drive type of thing. But yeah, I'm getting that probably mid-January sometimes, and I'll be doing videos on that too. So anyways, like, subscribe, all that shit. Check out my store. Thanks for watching. Bye.